Jim Carrey has been painting lately a lot. And he claims he's revealing a side to himself that you've never seen before. A lot of inner darkness and a lot of inner inspiration. The painting I'm most interested in is one of Jesus Christ, that he claims looks right into your soul, and that if you look into the painting, you will experience Christ's healing through that gaze. And it's so interesting to hear a man who has essentially touted a value system the antithetical opposite of Christ his entire life. And I often hear Jim Carrey talking about how he thinks the whole universe is this field of energy dancing for itself, not unlike the holographic universe theory. And if that's the case, Jim, and I don't mean to speak to him directly as though he'll ever see this, it just kind of helps me organize my thoughts, that if you think that the universe is a field of energy dancing for itself, and that Jesus Christ was simply another actor upon that stage, do you really think the man would even want to accept your gaze? Do you think he could? And it's not that he hates you. It's that he's disappointed in you. And do you not think there's any reason that he would be, Jim? Do you not think there's any reason that, you hang around with people like Anton LaVey and you're part of his church? I mean, those are rumors, right? But they're very substantial rumors. That especially at the peak of his fame in the 90s, Jim was very heavily involved in the Satanist church in LA. They're rumors again, but they're rumors I happen to believe because, what we're seeing lately with the whole, what was her name? Marina Abramovic and those people. And I don't put that past Jim Carrey to have been a part of that whole scene. There was one radio interview that implicated him as a Satanist, and I'm basically basing this whole video on that. And just a feeling that I get that he's trying to atone for something now. Especially that crazy Jimmy Kimmel interview he did, and all of these, kind of existential ramblings he goes on with these poor interviewers, and they have no idea what he's talking about. And I really feel like he's trying to atone for that distraction he spoke of on Jimmy Kimmel. And you know what, Jim? If you want to make things right with Jesus, if you want to make things right with God, then reveal the secret you were fucking poking at on Kimmel. If you want to make things right with Jesus, if you want to look into that painting and feel a quiet in your soul, then reveal that secret. It's the least you can do. And really ponder that thought experiment, Jim, about whether that man, Jesus the man, the actor in that field of energy, whether he'd even want to share your company. Your Anton LaVey-ish, impish, weird, flailing company. Your me, and your post-dated check for $1 million. Where was the check, Jim? Or where was the bank, Jim? Babylon? Where were you going to cash that check? Babylon itself? And you really think Jesus would want to hang out with you and stare you in the face for a while? Mr. $20 million paycheck. The first one, Jim. You were the first of its kind. You heard a rumor that Stallone was going to get $17 million for Daylight, and you're like, $20 million for me then. I am the greatest. And you really think Jesus would care for that? You asshole. And to think that it's like I used to adore you. I think most of us 34, 35-year-olds did growing up. And I got slapped pretty hard in the face with the man you really are. Stop painting that shit, Jim, and you know exactly why.